Let's go back to Bill Paige and the Artist of the Wall. So this year, Bill,
Fantastic.
what do you got?
Weather for the Artist of the Wall Festival this year. Well, what do we got? I don't want to air a lot of dirty laundry, but, budget cuts being what they are, the Park District used to provide us with a lot of support, and the city of Chicago used to provide us with a lot of support. And they found that our little festival up here in Rogers Park on the lakefront wasn't worthy of some of their support this year. With for financial reasons. So we've had to make do scaling back some of our activities, and it's actually worked out pretty nicely. We're going to do the music this year instead of in the big field north of the tennis courts there at Loyola Park Beach. We're going to be using the wind form sculpture, which is just south of the tennis courts. As sort of a
recently rebuilt,
recently refurbished less than a year ago. It's in a beautiful green hue, and all the concrete is nice and smooth, and it's been great for kids to play on. My grandson has been enjoying it when he's come down to visit us. So we're going to use that as a little bit of a natural amphitheater behind a smaller stage and a smaller PA, and we're just going to scale it back. And I've got let me tell you who I've got coming down to the show.
That's what we want to hear.
We're running music from noon to 4, noon to 5, really, each day. Today we're going to start off at noon with a blues band from the Old Town School of Folk Music called Cheryl and the Dynamics. Some neighborhood people are in that. And then 1 o'clock after that, we got Wolfgang Schaefer. He's one of the.
I'm glad it's that Wolfgang.
He's one. Yeah, Wolfgang. Well, yeah, Wolfgang Schaefer.
That's a real name, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Schaefer. Oh yeah.
How do you spell that?
Wolfgang. No, yeah, one word, Wolfgang.
What's it mean? It's German.
I guess.
It's like a pack of wolves.
He contacted me and sent me his MySpace page, and I listened to his music, and his music was great. So I invited him to come play. After him, a perennial favorite of the fest, John Hasbrook, is bringing the North Side Southpaws, and I'm a left-handed guitar player and mandolin player myself, so I have a soft spot in my heart for the lefty players. So John's
I'm for lefties in general.
I know you are. John's a lefty and his partner's a lefty, so they're going to be playing at 2. 3 o'clock, we got a group called the Blue Knights, kind of be an acoustic pop rock act, and then at 4 o'clock. Neighborhood music store, Chris Bell and Flats and Sharps is bringing their music students. She does kind of a little, as you well know, they've performed here at the Heartland. She does a little mini school of rock kind of thing where she molds teenage students into real rock band people, and they're going to come and do their thing today at the end of the day. And then tomorrow, Father's Day. We've got Sassafras on at noon. That's an acoustic pop duo. A group called Hag, which is my friend Chris Oldstad. She contacted me and asked if she could play this year. We jammed before, and we used to work together in serious jobs. Another one of my MySpace Facebook buddies are then up next. Luke, 2 of them actually. Luke Sayers. And the oh-so-fabulous Shelley Miller, who you probably have had down on this end of the street a couple of times. She's been in town working real seriously now for about 5 or 6 years, and she has just developed into a really dynamic, soulful singer-songwriter and performer, and I'm really excited for people to see her and for her to be able to shout in her particular blues over Lake Michigan. And then we're going to wind up the day with another local neighborhood band. They're called Yes We Are. A bunch of kids from the neighborhood. They played last year, and we got a great reaction from them. So they're going to wind up things after we announce the winners of the Artist of the Wall contest at 4 o'clock. So there you got it. It's a full weekend.
That sounds great. And speaking of Father's Day, I want to give a shout-out to the Smith Westerns Band that had a full-page article in this week's Reader, and one of those guys in that band is my son Hal.
Attaboy, Hal. And, we love the Smith Westerns.
They're getting a lot of press, those kids.
I don't know why you didn't press me to book them for the show here today.
I've had no influence getting them booked here.
That's
they said, "No, Dad, it's not the right venue."
It's always the way it is, right? They want to be more underground.
Well, Bill Paige, you have been involved with the Old Town School. You're involved with various bands and groups. You seem to be having a wonderful time playing your music. Tell us a little bit about Old Town School, your involvement there, and some of the other places that you're playing. Because I know I get these emails from you pretty regularly about, hey, I'm playing here, I'm playing there, I'm playing over here.
You know, it's nice. That's a place where there's 8 million. And I'm mostly an acoustic guitar player and or just a rhythm guitar player, and I sing a little bit, pretty good. And it's a great. There's a bunch of guitar players there, so it's a good place lately for me to go and practice some of my other instruments, a little harmonica, a little mandolin, a little keyboard. So that's been good to work. And drums, I love to play the drums. So tonight I'm playing with the Bob Dylan Ensemble at the Hideout on Lincoln Avenue.
All day over here,
and
then you got to go play tonight.
And then I got to go play tonight. How about it?
Lucky guy.
Well, it's all fun. Old Town School has been great. I started going there just about 12 years ago with my son, who's turning 22 next week. I used to take him to Wiggle Worms, and then I started just taking lessons myself. I learned very quickly that all of my years of being a music critic, I wrote about music from 75 till the early 90s. And then I read Corky Siegel's book, and he told me in no uncertain terms that was the worst thing I could have done in order to be a professional musician. So I kind of spent 10 years at the Old Town School of Folk Music unwinding all of my prejudices and all of my no's in my head so that I could get to some kind of creativity on my own musically. And I'm just trying to play with as many people as I can and hone my chops. And when I do get down to Texas, Austin, Texas, I hope that they'll recognize some good Chicago training, and I'll be able to fit in with some SHI, kickers down there.
You'll be another vote to overthrow that Republican power structure in that state.
Austin, is not like the rest. It's not like the rest of Texas. So that's the only way I can go down there.
In the days of the Vulcan Gas Company and the Shivas Headband and Altered Consciousness.
First time I was down there was to interview Roy Orbison, and I said, this is kind of a cool place. I'll have to get back here someday. And it's taken me about 25 years, but I'm headed back.
Bill Paige, I want to thank you for coming on. Let's have a big round of applause for Bill Paige. You can see him all day today and tomorrow at the Artists of the Wall over here at Pratt Street Beach, and you can see him at the Hideout tonight. I want to thank everybody who makes this show possible. I want to thank my co-hosts Katie Hogan and Lisa Smith, our producer Laura Herman, our volunteer Chris Colgan. I want to thank especially Evan West, who diligently brings out the video cameras and the sound equipment and puts this together so that you can see it on youtube.com/Heartland Media. And I want to let you know that the upcoming shows include next week, Katie Hogan is going to be here with Matthew Filipovics, and on the 11th of July, we're going to have Robert Saltman on, Patrick, I can't even say that name, and Bobby Bird from Cinco Puntos Press. Have a great day. Have a great week. Do good in the world. The world needs all the good that you do. All power to the people. This is Michael James for everyone at Live from the Heartland saying over and out. Power to the people.